Hello everyone, welcome to Re-Engineer You, the #1 show for massive weight loss. I am your host, Cameron Makarchuk, Master Transformation Coach, and today we're back in my kitchen again. We're making something that is so incredibly easy, not even I can screw it up. There's literally 5 ingredients that you're gonna have to work with here. So incredibly cheap, incredibly easy, incredibly simple, but unbelievably good. So what we're doing is a Thai coconut chicken curry spaghetti squash. And so literally all we need is your spaghetti squash. Take your spaghetti squash, which I've already taken all the seeds out and everything. I've gutted it with a spoon there and cut it in half. And I have that ready to go. I have 2 chicken breasts here that we're gonna put in there. I have half a can of coconut milk. And I have, which will probably end up being, I have some chicken broth here, which will end up being probably about a can, about a can of this, of the chicken broth here. And I have the low sodium chicken broth. And, and then the curry paste. So I like the Thai Kitchen curry paste here. I'm using the red curry paste. And we're gonna use probably about, I think I'll probably put in about two pretty heaping teaspoons of this. And it really depends on how spicy you want it to determine how much of this curry paste you put in there. So I like it pretty spicy, but my girlfriend doesn't, so I go right in the middle of that. So I'm gonna put probably about 2 heaping teaspoons in there, and that should be just about right. So it'll be a mild to medium spice sort of thing with that amount in there. Okay, so like I said, very easy. And because this is so simple, I'm also going to show you a salad dressing because there's obviously no vegetables in this, and so we're going to pair it with a kind of a nice side salad, just a mixed greens side salad, and I'm going to make just a vinaigrette dressing for that here, and I'll show you what I'm going to put in that after we do this. Okay, so basically really simple. We're slow cooking this also, so I got my slow cooker bucket out here. So basically we're just going to take your coconut milk. We're going to dump all of that in there, about half a can. And again, you can play with this too if you want. A little bit of a thicker sauce, then do a little bit more coconut milk, right? You could get away with putting a full can of coconut milk in here, and that would taste pretty good also. It would give it a little bit more of a richer type of flavor as well, so that would be nice too. But all I have is half a can, so I'm just going to use half a can here. Then we're going to dump in a full can of chicken broth. That's almost out. So we'll dump that in. Full can of that. I'm just going to finish this off. There's only a little bit left. So we've got about a can and a little bit of chicken broth. So that's done. And now what we're gonna do is mix that up in the slow cooker here till it's all mixed in. So just mix that up. Now we'll add the curry paste. So like I said, I'm going to put, so that's about 1, so pretty heaping teaspoon of the curry paste. And then I'll put another one, and I'm just going to add a little bit more. Okay, so that's about 2, I put 2 and a bit teaspoons. And now that you want to mix up real good. Mix it all up in there. Get it really nice. It'll take a little bit to get it mixed in if there's some chunks of the curry paste, but just do the best you can. It'll mix in as it cooks also. So and as it heats up, that'll mix in quite nicely also. Okay, so then we're going to put our chicken in there. So I'm just going to dump just a full chicken breast right in there. I'll put another one in there as well. So that's 2 chicken breasts in there. you have a bigger cooker, you can add more if you want, but I'm just going to put 2 in there. And I'll just kind of get that around there, let the sauce kind of cover the whole chicken breast. And then all we're going to do is take your spaghetti squash, and just like we did with the meatballs, I'm just going to set that bad boy in there. I'm going to kind of prop it up a little bit. So we'll set that in there, and that's it. Done. So like I said, incredibly simple, incredibly easy, but it is astonishing how good this tastes. And like I said, you kind of got to play with the mixture a little bit to determine how spicy you want it, how thick, how creamy you want it with the coconut milk. So a little bit more coconut milk makes it more creamy, a little bit less, and maybe a little bit more chicken broth or a little bit more water makes it a little bit less creamy. And of course you can add more of this if you want as well, more of the curry paste as well to make it a little bit spicier if you like it spicier. So that's it. Chicken breast, curry paste, coconut milk, chicken broth, and spaghetti squash. And that's it. It's like 4 or 5 ingredients, done. So now we're just going to set this in the slow cooker back here. Drop the lid on. And we'll turn that on, I'm going to put that on low for about 6 hours, six and a half hours probably today. And yeah, and then we'll take that out and it's going to look amazing. If you guys have been following on Instagram, you will recognize this. I did post this on Instagram a couple weeks ago. If you follow me at CMacroChuck on Instagram or on Twitter, then you would have seen a picture of what this is all going to look like on there as well. So, but of course you'll see it in this video, at the end of this video as well, as to how awesome it's going to turn out. So that's the spaghetti squash. Now for the salad dressing. I like to keep, like I said, like you know, I like to keep things very simple. So my go-to salad dressing is very simple. Four ingredients. And the first one is a balsamic vinaigrette. Okay, so I got balsamic vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. And then what we're going to add into there is some rosemary leaves and some oregano. All right. So I just put in equal amounts, and I don't really measure this, I just kind of eyeball it, kind of put a 4 count of balsamic vinaigrette, and then about the same for your olive oil, about a 4 count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's those 2. And then I'm just going to dump just a little bit of rosemary in here, not too much, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And then I'm going to dump a little bit of oregano. This is the main spice that I like to have in here. So I'll go just a little bit of oregano in there. And again, you got to kind of play with the amounts. I've got probably about, I don't know, probably about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of oregano, and probably about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of rosemary. And so this will be enough for myself and my girlfriend for tonight for our salads. And of course, if you wanted to make more, then you would just make more, obviously. If you wanted to have some on hand, you could make a whole batch of this and just have it in the fridge ready to go, just to dump on your salad as you need it. So that would be the smart thing to do. I like to do things more difficult and less time efficient, obviously. So we'll mix that up. And there you have it. So we have a nice salad dressing ready to go. So I'm going to put that in the fridge for later. It smells really good. Smells awesome. And then we'll just drizzle that on the salad and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so I'll come back at you in about 6.5 hours and we'll take a look at the final product. Okay, so the chicken's all done, and so as you can see, it turns out pretty well. I just put it in a casserole dish here. I'll do a closer zoom up shot here in just a second, but basically all you do is just take it out, take the spaghetti squash out, shred the insides of it out of the squash, just like spaghetti with a fork. You just pull it out with a fork, just like you always do with the spaghetti squash, and it comes out looking just like spaghetti, just like pasta. And just kind of mix it up in a nice casserole dish like this. And then all you do is you just scoop out some of the sauce with a ladle, and just pour it over there as much as you want. There's going to be a lot of sauce, but you can just take as much as you want or as little as you want, depending on what you feel like for that day. And just pour it all over the spaghetti squash, mix it all in, and then just set the chicken breasts on top. And done. So like I said, one of the easiest things in the world to make, and I had it in there in the slow cooker for about almost 7 hours, slow cooking on low. And it comes out looking just perfect, smells really good, tastes really good, and that's about it. So I'm gonna go enjoy this Thai coconut chicken curry with spaghetti squash. Okay, so that does it. You guys have seen the final product of the Thai coconut chicken curry with spaghetti squash. You've seen how easy it is. You've seen how delicious it looks. You can't smell it and you can't taste it through the video, but try it at home. You will see how good it smells and how good it tastes as well. Like I always say, it's not very hard to cook healthy and in a fat loss meal plan sort of way. This would be a really great meal for a post-workout meal. So if you're working out in the evening and you're gonna go home and have dinner, then this would be a really great thing to have cooking on hand ready for a post-workout meal. And the only reason it's post-workout is because of the spaghetti squash. So with the spaghetti squash, a little bit starchier, so we want to keep that for that post-workout window. All right, so that does it. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please help me out. Click the like, share, tweet, +1 buttons below this video. Get this out to the world. Send this video to a friend that you think might enjoy it, that you think might get something out of it and needs some different recipes for cooking. And that's it. So that does it for today. My name is Cameron Makachuk, Master Transformation Coach, and I will see you guys next time.